9 degrees.
ठीक है सर,
थैंक यू जी. हाँ हाँ बिल्कुल.
इस बार थोड़ा बर्फ ने भारत को लेट कर दिया ना.
हाँ हाँ
तो थोड़ा पेट फूट उखड़ा है कुछ.
अच्छा
रिपेयर कर रहे हैं.
रिपेयर करेंगे. हाँ अभी बहुत थैंक यू जी ठाकुर जी.
ठीक है, आओ फिर.
Let's go.
Saying our goodbyes to Thakur ji and Shoja, we rode out at 8 a.m. down the Banjar Valley. I always take the first 5 odd kilometers really slow because I'm still loosening up, the tires are still stiff and cold from the night, and there's always some dew that's left on the roads. And I'll again point out that it's important to hit the road early because the whole point of being out there is to ride and explore and discover. And to do that, one needs time. I've seen some guys on YouTube who are blabbering all morning on camera and leaving at noon, which in turn means that they are rushing through the scenery and riding beyond daylight and, trying to portray it all as an adventure. Well, it's not an adventure riding late into the night. It's called being fucking foolhardy, better known in Hindi as Chutiapa. Anyways, here we are, riding along the Tirthan river in the Tirthan Valley.
किधर है कैफे? कैफे तो है नहीं कोई. बैठे यहाँ. भूख तो लगी क्यों नहीं?
Well, that cafe was definitely undercover.
This is really pretty, this valley.
We made friends with the local dudes immediately.
तगड़े कुत्ते ना. See the size of his face. चल चाय पीते. ये मैक्स है.
ये मैक्स है. ये गले मिलने.
और वो
रोनी.
रोनी. क्या बात है.
ये हाथ मिलाता है ना.
हाँ अच्छी. हाँ
ये हाथ नहीं मिलाता.
ये गले मिल.
अपना तरीका है.
रोनी. वो देखो मैक्स गले मिलना चाहता है. मैक्स गले मिलना चाहता है.
As Ronnie and Max sunned themselves, and Grandpa took his little girl for a stroll, we relished our omelette and paratha. It was really well made. Well, there was someone else who was interested.
How hungry you are? Tell me how hungry you are. Tell me how hungry you are. That much hungry? Go for it. Now I have to wash my hands again.
He licked you.
Thank you very much. You want one more? Tell me how much hungry you are.
I think he's good to eat your entire breakfast and mine. That's how hungry he is.
I simply love dogs, and running my hands through Ronnie's thick coat reminded me of his natural resistance to the cold. He's what they call here a gaddi kutta, or a shepherd dog, and when in a pair, they can fight off a leopard. That's how strong they are. I love the parathas too. I love the mountains and the trees and the blue skies. I guess I just love a lot of stuff. After breakfast, we took a detour to a little road which was yet to be completed. The satellite maps showed it goes all the way to a village. But yeah, the JCBs were still having a meeting on how to have a go about it. And I was trying to figure out the maps which get all jumbled up. This is good practice, riding real slow without touching your feet to the ground. Yeah. And yes, keep to the mountainside whenever you can, because I would rather have my bike squeezed than have it fall over the hillside. With plenty of hairpin bends, loose surface, steep inclines, this stretch was turning out to be very, very fun.
So this is sort of a detour which I don't know how long it goes. Let's see.
ऊपर आते हो
है ना, इसलिए मैंने कहा लेके देखते हैं.
बड़ा प्यारा होम स्टे बनाया बंदे ने नीचे.
My next investment is going to be a proper GPS for sure, man.
तो ये तो थोड़ा यहीं जाके ख़त्म हो जाएगा, लेकिन ये जो माइलस्टोन है ये कह रहा है 12 किलोमीटर, इसके हिसाब से तो सिर्फ 2-4 किलोमीटर में ख़त्म हो जाएगा. चलो थोड़ा और आगे जाते हैं, फिर मुड़ जाएंगे. पर ये अच्छा था रूट, आई थिंक.
Acha was an understatement. There were spots where I simply stopped and soaked in the views. At points, I had to decide between pointing out the views for you guys or making a turn.
नमस्कार जी.
This was turning out to be the best part of the ride so far. All the elements one would want on an ADV Himalayan ride. Crisp sunny day, clear blue skies, kacha jeep tracks, gorgeous views, everything.
What a place! What a place! This is pretty much it, I think. Aage they're building the road. They want. I don't even go further.
This is a village called Sharchi, and they're building their first guest house here as we speak.
आ जाओ. Hello.
क्या नाम है आपका? अच्छा, साड़ी पहन रही?
साड़ी पहन रही है नहीं? मैं फोटो लेता हूँ. आपको भी आना फोटो में, आ जाओ सामने. नहीं आना?
Not everybody was interested in being in the pictures, but that's fine. We took a leisurely walk.
नमस्कार जी.
It was a beautiful village.
बहुत खूबसूरत गांव है.
Most of the homes were traditional Himachali cottages.
Traditional old house. Hello.
And we felt lucky to be able to witness a day in the life of the residents of Sharchi. Food for livestock remains precious, as all of this region, I would imagine, would get cut off in the winters and be covered with a reasonable amount of snow. Fields of yellow with fluffy white clouds matching with the snow-capped peaks. But what's commendable is that they have solar power. Yeah. And Indian Post. Incredible. No one wanted to be left out of the group photo.
ब्रायन लारा? वे गया? लेफ्टी बैट्समैन है?
Yes. ये देखो.
ओह वेरी नाइस. और रॉक्स का फ्रंट भी अच्छा है.
Yes.
ओके जी. बाय बाय. फिर मुलाकात होएगी.
ओके.
ठीक है.
It's good to laugh a lot when you're traveling. You tend to make friends easily that way. Our detour had turned out to be more than what we had expected. we turned back happily to ride down to the Tirthan river and into the Kullu Valley along the Beas River. All this fun on the dirt roads takes a toll on my SW Motec soft panniers. They're mounted by way of straps onto the luggage rack, and those straps tend to loosen up, making the semi-rigid panniers jump. You got to fix that play before it causes more damage. And you know what? I'll spare you the footage of the main Kullu Manali highway, which we took, which is really crappy. I'll take you straight to the part where we ride down towards the Parvati Valley. The roads in stretches are great, and we stopped by the dopey village of Kasol for a non-dopey coffee and a cinnamon roll at a very dopey cafe called Moonshine or Sunshine or Moonlight or Starlight, something like that. Anyways, so the roads too got a little more fun and broken after the town or village of Kasol. We were now at about 5 p.m. and still an hour or so from Tosh. A wrong turn at one point had costed us about an hour or more, but it was great to have the evening sun light our way as we rode through all of this. Well, there were cows, and then there were bullets, also a certain kind of cow, and there were cars which couldn't make up their minds which side of the road they wanted to be to avoid the craters. All sorts of obstacles, and the road itself, well, yeah, there you go. He can't figure out where he wants to be. So here we are beyond Manikaran, heading up the Parvati Valley. Those bunch of houses, the one that you see on the top right is another village, and that's the direction to take if you're heading for Pulga, Kulga and the Khirganga trek. I've been there many centuries ago when my hair was still black.
जी तोश को यही रास्ता है अच्छा जी तोश को ऊपर वाला रास्ता है ऊपर वाला ना so this is just keep a constant momentum हाँ
This is where the road splits, and the right one goes down towards Khirganga and the left one goes up towards Tosh.
not bad.
Yeah, that happens. I speak with myself.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I do that. The sheer number of cars in the parking were all telltale signs of how popular Tosh has become.
अभी उसके पार जाने का बाइक यहीं लगाने है कहीं पे तो आगे देखते हैं कि जगह देखें अंदर घुसा के So this is where our bikes are going to stay for the night. We have to remove this stuff and walk across the bridge and go somewhere there. We roughly know where the place is. It's called the bunker house. So let's remove it and see if we can walk with it. So I've trekked to Tosh village. Short walk actually, 500 odd meters. But this is definitely much more construction than I'd imagined. I mean that there's a lot of stuff. A lot of construction, beautiful peaks and the usual filth. It really breaks my heart. Just look at that. I don't know whether it's a tourist or whether it's the guys who own these guest houses, these monstrous looking fucking guest houses. Such a beautiful valley, you know. And just look what they've done to it. So we got our bags and we are walking. Let me not shoot video and let me look at where I'm walking. Helmet duties. So gentlemen, boys and girls, if you are riding to Tosh, you better ride with light luggage because you've got to walk up wherever you're staying.
Well, here we are at the bunker house at Tosh. Our home for the next 2 nights, with these beautiful ranges as our view.